Hello. Today I want to explore the relationship between love and fear. Years ago, when I began my spiritual journey, I thought that the very natural opposite of love would be hatred or resentment. So I spent years struggling between these emotions, trying to purify the resentment or negative charges inside my system so that the love could come out. Because it is my belief, indeed, that love is the substance of the universe. And for as much as we can channel the frequency of love so that it charges all of our cells and electrons and runs throughout our central nervous system, that is as much as we are temples of God or golden light bodies, because it is love which is the currency that funds our life. Without love, we age. Without love, our bodies quickly degenerate and we develop all kinds of diseases. And finally, without love, we perish. But years later, and I'm coming to understand this more and more, the very opposite of love is actually fear. And what is fear based in? Fear is totally based in the ego's survival. The ego is a part of us which was developed from our old reptilian brain. It has something to do with the paradigm of flight or fight. And in order to survive, the ego has trained itself over millennia to always say, I am first, me first, and survival is the top priority. So mankind has been evolving for millennia with this kind of paradigm, based in survival, based in struggling, grasping, trying to manipulate outside conditions. And this is fear-based. And when fear clogs our heart, and it does, there's no place for love. And that is why, to this day, heart disease is still the #1 killer in this country, as well as in all the developed countries in the world. When our hearts shut down, and it does so primarily fueled by the emotion of fear and stress and survival and anxiety, then love has no clear conduit. Another thing that I discovered is that all the scenario and the conditions in our life have actually arrived as a result of our intent. You know how our thoughts and our feelings magnetize things into our life. So you could say that all the conditions in our life have been loved into existence, have been brought in by that life force. Even the most difficult, most trying, most horrendous situations, they have been brought in by your love. And if we can truly understand that, then it's not so hard to make a bridge from fear, primal fear, into this ecstatic love, which is our very essence. So if you take a look at all of your most trying relationships, and usually relationships is that royal road to enlightenment, so whatever that has been the hardest for you, relationship may be with a family member, with your spouse, with your lover, or other close people, people closely connected to you, to your enemy or your nemesis, you will find that all the fear and the negative experiences that have been called up by these relationships, in the end, can only be dissolved in the heart of love. I recently came to this epiphany by myself. I've had difficult people in my life, my own share, and this involves family member as well as ex-lovers and friends who turn out to be enemies and so forth. But in the end, I understood that these people are God sent because they are a gift from the divine to teach me to practice unconditional love. And sometimes the hardest of emotions and the pain and loneliness crack open that heart where the love starts to flow. So may love start to have a place in your life. May it come back to fuel your life.